This is News 25 with Unette Gentry. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Tonight on News 25, deputies locate a missing endangered senior, and a high-impact crash sends 2 people to the hospital. News 25 starts now.
News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
A missing man is found safe and sound early this morning. It's Thursday, August 8th. I'm Unette Gentry. 21-year-old Alzheimer's patient Harold Robert was found safe and sound and unharmed around 6 a.m. today after being reported missing around 8 p.m. last night in the area of Artesia. And fortunately, he was unharmed and he's back with family members being taken care of. And turning to other local news, 2 people were injured and a truck and a car was destroyed following a major crash Wednesday on Blagg Road.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office is investigating the cause of a 2-vehicle rear-end collision that occurred yesterday afternoon on Blagg near Blackhorn Street. At least 2 people were transported by ground ambulance to Desert View Hospital with injuries sustained as a result of this crash. Traffic was blocked in all directions during the investigation. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics arrived on scene along with deputies and auxiliary units. Both vehicles sustained major damage.
And Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of an officer-involved crash that occurred this afternoon on Blagg Road and Atkinson Street. There were no injuries reported, fortunately. And 2 adult males who were in contact with the same young teenager have now been arrested after her father finds explicit messages on her phone.
Deputies and detectives with the Nye County Sheriff's Office report that they have been investigating a crime concerning lewdness with a 14-year-old child. 2 individuals were recently taken into custody. The complaint came from a father who said that he had discovered messages on his 14-year-old child's phone with adult males that had sexual content. The Nye County Sheriff's Office viewed these messages, which they say were on the child's phone on Messenger and in text. Detectives say that there was an individual by the name of Gilbert Rivera, who is 19 years old, who is talking about having sex with the juvenile and also referring to a time where it appeared that they had already had sexual contact. Rivera also asked the child if she wanted to smoke and drink with him, according to police. Law enforcement took custody of the phone and took over the Facebook Messenger, pretending to be the 14-year-old. They say that they arranged a meeting with Rivera and a friend. Police say that Rivera coached the child to say to the friend that she was 17 because he was afraid that he might get arrested. The 2 were to meet at K7 Pizza on the south side of Pahrump on Thousand Air Boulevard. Detectives say that they used a deputy as a decoy and dressed up the law enforcement officer to resemble the juvenile. They dropped off the decoy to meet Rivera that evening. Minutes later, they say that the decoy revealed themselves to Rivera, stating that they were a law enforcement officer. Gilbert Rivera was then detained at that time. During an interview with Rivera, police say that Rivera admitted to wanting to meet the child to have sex. Gilbert Rivera was then taken into custody and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Rivera is facing charges with lewdness with a child by a person over the age of 18 and luring a person with the use of a computer. On August 5th, deputies and detectives continued their investigation. They made contact with an individual by the name of Sean Kelly, who is 33 years old. Using the 14-year-old female's Facebook Messenger, they pretended once again in to be the child and arranged a meeting at Petrick Park. They say that Kelly commented on Messenger that he didn't care that the child was 14 years old and that they could have sex because he could not get her pregnant. Once again, another decoy was arranged through the Nye County Sheriff's Office. They say a short time later, Kelly rode up on his bike. Police took him into custody at that time. Kelly allegedly told police that he was homeless and sleeps in the park and that he was there to meet the 14-year-old. Inside his backpack, police say that they found suspected methamphetamine, which tested presumptive positive. Sean Kelly was then taken into custody and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Sean Kelly has been charged with luring a child and possession of a controlled substance.
Your court report and Business First brief after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Court report, Jeffrey Jones, the suspect connected to 2 missing off-road vehicles from Spring Mountain Motorsports, was scheduled for a preliminary hearing in Justice Court August 1st. Jones is facing the charges of grand larceny motor vehicle, $3,500 or more, theft, and obtaining money under false pretenses, $650 or more. Jones is accused of committing those acts on April 3rd, with the latter money under false pretenses charge reported to have ended April 11th. Notably, during Jones's previous court proceedings, attorney Don Charez advised the court that now former Deputy District Attorney Ronnie Boscovich has been involved with this case. The court then reviewed the file and substituted in attorney Daniel Martinez as a conflict attorney. Jones's previously appointed public defender, attorney Carl Jogger, stated he would inform attorney Martinez about the change in representation on Jones's case. Finally, the court continued Jones's pretrial to July 11th, and the defendant was given attorney Martinez's contact information. Following that scheduled pretrial hearing, during Jones's next court date, another scheduled pretrial, attorney Martinez briefed the record, noting that the defendant was previously appointed counsel who had a conflict, and he was substituted in while he was out of the country. Attorney Martinez advised that he has begun to review the file, but there has been no offer extended. The court noted that the co-defendant case, which is listed as Sorby Sanborn, Logan James, offense involving a stolen vehicle valued less than $3,500, also has a preliminary hearing set for August 1st. Finally, defense counsel requested that this pretrial be set before the preliminary hearing date to keep the case together. The state did not oppose. She was a no-show in court, so sentencing is now reset for next Friday for the area woman arrested after an anonymous tip to police about an auto versus pedestrian hit-and-run accident that severely injured a bicyclist near the intersection of Game Bird and Unicorn. Tony Marie DeAngelis was scheduled to be sentenced in district court last month. However, during her scheduled sentencing hearing, the court notes that DeAngelis was not present. DeAngelis's defense attorney, Thomas Gibson, stated that he had been looking for the defendant, but that he had also told her that they would be asking for a continuance to review the PSI report. Consequently, the court trails the matter to locate DeAngelis, who showed up to court later and apologized. Finally, the court continues sentencing to August 16th in order for parties to review the PSI report due to the seriousness of the case. Notably, after entering different changes of plea, DeAngelis entered a nolo contendere or no contest plea agreement. DeAngelis has previously addressed the court and admitted to the allegations. She stated that she drove away because she was scared and there was damage to her vehicle. DeAngelis also stated that she replaced the headlights and windshield of her vehicle so law enforcement would not pull her over, and says that she knew she was destroying evidence by replacing those damaged car parts. That hit-and-run victim unfortunately suffered severe injuries, and the front wheel of his bicycle was lying next to him on the ground as he flagged down police. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gingery for News.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, the trade war is taking another turn that is tough on U.S. tech companies. The Trump administration is banning U.S. government departments from buying telecom and other tech equipment services from China's Huawei. Huawei is the #1 telecom equipment maker in the world. It's been on the U.S. trade blacklist for more than 2 months. FedEx is ending its contract with Amazon for small package ground deliveries. A couple of months ago, FedEx chose not to renew its contract with the e-tailer on U.S. cargo deliveries that are carried on FedEx Express flights. And investors are giving a lift to Lyft. That stock rallied after revealing revenue that was above analyst anticipations. Revenue hit $867 million. The rideshare company also reported a loss, but the CEO says that Lyft may break even sooner than predicted.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. And we'll be right back here at KPVM, where we like to say that stands for keeping Pahrump and our area viewers in mind.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, a sundown service was held at the Chief Toccopa Cemetery Wednesday night to honor veterans who've given so much to this country. We spoke to Dr. Tom Waters and Greg Cardarelli after the Purple Heart ceremony.
We had the Purple Heart Day ceremony. It's August 7th every year, and it's August 7th because in 1782, George Washington issued the first Purple Heart. So now we have it every year, August 7th. Regardless of what day of the week it is, August 7th is Purple Heart Day.
Whereas Nevada is the battle-born state and its citizens have selfishly accepted the responsibility to protect and defend our nation.
The proclamation was presented from the governor's office for Nye County and Pahrump.
Nye County is the first county in the state of Nevada to receive that distinction. Clark County is the second, but Pahrump is the only town in the state of Nevada to be a Purple Heart town. This is such a veteran-friendly community, and we love it.
Okay, Tom is a Purple Heart recipient. His brother is a Purple Heart recipient. His brother paid the ultimate price. It's an honor to wear that emblem and that medal because they deserve it. And they've either gotten wounded in action and either maimed or lost limbs.
Gold Star family is a family that's lost someone during war. I wanted to recognize everybody just for being here, but the others, you know, it takes time away from their families and everything else that they're doing just to come out for an event like this. And so I wanted to recognize them and thank them for being here.
I believe it's very important, not only this event, we have a Veterans Day, we have a Memorial Day events, and I really believe that the people that are recognized at these events deserve it, and they should be recognized and be in the spotlight because that's where they belong. And the DAVA, without them, we would be nothing because of DAVA. Right. And also, I just want to throw this out there that Tom Waters, I gave him full reign to do whatever he needed to do. As you see, Tom Waters did a phenomenal job, along with everybody else that helped him.
We had a lot of help. Mm-hmm. I couldn't have done it by myself. Organizing it, we just tapped on what was put together in the previous years, mm-hmm. and they just made it better.
God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Greg Curtin, he's the one who sang, and the honor guard did. Oh, they were just fantastic.
Next coming up is the
Forget Me Not
Drive on September 13th and 14th, and we'll be out at Smith's and Albertsons and Walgreens. Of course, Tom will be there, and come out and see us.
Through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful ceremony, and all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio would like to wish disabled American veteran Commander Greg Cardarelli a very special happy birthday. And turning now to more local news, the Nye County Sheriff's Office is joining law enforcement across the United States in offering safe locations to exchange purchased goods that were bought online from private parties.
Sheriff's Office or part thereof as a site of which two or more persons. Sheriff's Office or part thereof as a site of which two or more persons may meet to complete the sale of personal property initiated on the Internet pursuant to NRS 244.1609 due to the enactment of AB 297.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Commissioner Bondo.
Yes, I wanted to just ask a quick question here. So in the backup, it's talking about the Pahrump Courthouse, Beatty Courthouse, Round Mountain Substation, Tonopah Courthouse. So we're not designating one of these sites, we're designating all of these sites as these places, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to designate these sites.
Second.
A motion and a second to designate the sites on the agenda. Further discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, it's time for us to take a look outside through our Lerner and Rowe weather cam at our current conditions. Look and see what today looks like. A picturesque, beautiful day. We have those cumulus nimbus clouds in the sky, and it is bright and sunny. But we'll take a closer look at our forecast and what you can expect after we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
All right, let's take a look at our highs and lows across the Silver State today. Las Vegas tops out at just under the century mark at 99, then drops 20 degrees for 79 of an overnight low. The high in Death Valley today, 111 degrees, and drops to 83 overnight. Amargosa's high, 99, then drops to 70 overnight. Beatty, 94 is the high, 63 is the overnight low. Goldfield's high, 83, then drops to 51 for the overnight low. Tonopah tops out at 79, also 51 overnight. Carson City's high, 83, then drops 30 degrees to 53 for the overnight low. Fallon's high today, 85, with a low of 57. And Fernley tops out at 83, then drops to 57 as well for the overnight low. It's currently 97 degrees in Pahrump, and it's mostly sunny. And the wind is coming out of the southwest at 13 miles an hour. Humidity is moderate at 13%. Sunrise was at 5:56 a.m. And tonight will be partly cloudy. The low drops to 73 with winds coming out of the east-southeast at 12 miles per hour. Humidity increases to 20%. And sunset will be at 7:42 p.m. And looking ahead to your 7-day forecast, again, 99's high today, and it will be 73 overnight, but the sun comes back out tomorrow for the beginning of our weekend. Friday's high 98 with a low of 72. It will be sunny throughout our entire weekend with Saturday's high 95, then dropping to 68 for the overnight low. Sunday's high 95 as well, but dropping to 69 overnight. The beginning of our work week will also be sunny with Monday's high being 99, then dropping to 72 overnight. Tuesday, we reach an even 100 for the high, and we drop to 73 for the low. And next Wednesday's high will reach 101, then drop to 72 overnight. And we'd like to say hello to our new viewer, Frank. Welcome to the News 25 viewership. Thanks to Deanna, who went out and hooked up your antenna, you can now watch News 25 and all of our local programming. And if you're like Frank and want to watch News 25, just give us a call here at KPVM and someone can come out and hook up your equipment for you. And please, stay safe and avoid the mistake that unfortunately Frank made. He tried to climb up and hook his equipment up himself and unfortunately broke ribs. We want you all to be careful out there and calmly and safely become our viewers. So just give us a call. Again, hi Frank and welcome. So that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and 8th Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you again tomorrow.